Hello, everyone, and welcome to our formal debate on how digital tools affect our brains and learning. Today, we are looking closely at this statement, which is the use of digital tools in just critical thinking and problem solving skills. Technology is everywhere in education today, but we want to look past the surface. We will look at real scientific evidence to decide if this statement is a proven fact or just a popular myth. Agreeing on the agree side, we have Felicia, Shahidatul, and Kelly. Agreeing on the disagree side, we have Nur Safira, Evie, and Angeline. Let's start with the argument from both teams.
Thank you, Chairperson. We firmly believe that digital tool acts as a helpful mental Schofield for students. John Sweller cognitive load theory proved that our short-term memory can only hold a small amounts of information at one time. Good digital tools are designed to clear our mental clutter so students can focus on solving the actual problem. Looks at the concrete example from the science education. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Science Education and Technology tracked high school chemistry students using the virtual reality VR lab. The researcher found that students using the VR software performed 80% higher on a complex problem-solving test compared to those using a standard textbook. Why? Because digital tools allow them to safety test variable, make mistakes, and see results instantly in the real time, which forced them to think like scientists.
While that sounds great, the everyday reality in the most classroom is very different. So we agree that digital tools do not automatically improve thinking skill. According to Richard Mayer's multimedia learning principle, if a digital tool is poorly designed, it actually hurt learning. So it creates mental overload by throwing too much information at the student at once. So to back this up, consider a massive global study by the OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, that analyzed computer use in school across over 30 countries. Their data reveal that students who use computer very frequently at school actually score lower than in reading and math than students who use them moderately. This is because most school software is filled with distracting animation, pops up, and gamified reward. Instead of building deep thinking skill, this tool overwhelm the brain and break the student concentration.
My colleague is focusing on bad software, but we need to look how the internet actually changed the way we think. Today, critical thinking isn't about memorizing facts, but it's about information literacy, knowing how to find truth in a world of full data. Research on digital inquiry show that when students do research online, they have to use very advanced thinking skill to figure out what is real and what is fake. For instance, a study from the Stanford Graduate School of Education tests how students evaluate information online. They found that navigating complex websites and filtering out bad data require constant decision making that traditional passive reading never does. Digital tools force students to evaluate, doubt, and also analyze information, which builds stronger critical thinking.
Actually, having instant access to information is making our independent thinking weaker, not stronger. This due to a psychological habit called cognitive overloading, which means letting technology do the thinking for us. Dr. Bestie Sparrow is famous research on the Google effect proof that when people know search engine will remember information for them, their brain purposely choose not to store that data in the long-term memory. Statistically, her experiments show that participants forgot over 40% of the fact they were told if they knew the information was safe on a computer. In cognitive psychology, if you don't struggle to remember things, you don't truly understand them. Students today are mistaking Googling an answer for actual understanding, which destroy their independent problem-solving abilities.
I understand that concern, but looking up facts is not the same thing as deep thinking. According to the theory of distributed cognition, human intelligence doesn't just live inside our head. It expands through the tools we use. By letting digital tools do the boring, basic tasks like storing facts or calculating equations, we free up our limited brain power for much bigger things. Think of Bloom taxonomy like memorizing facts is at very bottom, while analyzing and creating are at the top. So, look at the data analysis software like SPSS or Tableau. A 2022 survey of university students showed that using data software reduced manual calculation time by 70%, allowing students to spend almost all their time interpreting trends and solving real-world problems. Technology handles the data so humans can handle deep thinking.
Well, that is a beautiful theory, but human nature gets in the way. In reality, students do not use the same brain power to think deeper. Instead, they get distracted. Research on continuous partial attentions shows that using digital devices causes our focus to break into tiny pieces. A well-known study by the subtitle Journal of Communications tracked students while they studied on laptops. The data showed that the students switch tasks or check social media every 6 minutes on average. This constant multitasking reduces the ability to process information deeply by up to 30%. Without strict supervisions, these devices simply become attention traps. You cannot develop deep critical thinking skills when your brain is constantly jumping from one notification to the next. But that's all from me. Thank you. Thank you to both sides from a wonderful and energetic debate. We have heard great evidence from both teams today. On one hand, the affirmative teams show us that are proving that digital tools can boost test score, support research skill, and take away boring tasks so we can focus on big ideas. On the other hand, the negative team brought up serious warning backed by research showing that technology can cause mental overload, memory laziness, and massive distraction. As a group, we have weighed all the evidence, and here is our final conclusion. This statement is a myth. That is debunked. If technology is used carelessly as a lazy replacement for traditional learning, it leads to distraction and shallow understanding. However, the statement holds true when digital tools are proposed, planned, and carefully guided by a teacher. Technology itself doesn't make us smart. It all depends on how we choose to use it. Thank you to our debaters and our audience.